This is for the kata Pinan Sandan. We're going to look at the bunkai and its relation to close quarter combat. Next kata we're going to look at is Pinan Sandan. Rather an odd looking kata. I always thought this one was some great moves in. You've got to remember, it's important to remember that the katas aren't trying to mimic combat. They're merely trying to explain certain principles that we can remember, that we can use, and once we understand those principles we can use them in many different ways. This is one case in point. The first move is here, and then this rather odd looking technique which is often described as two blocks or a block and a strike. I can't ever imagine any kind of situation if Rick was trying to cause me any harm where I would want to stand with my heels together like this and try and defend myself like this. A much better way of looking at this, if we imagine that the wrist has been grabbed and I turn like so, or if I grabbed hold of Rick's wrist and turned it like so, this elbow then becomes vulnerable, and there's a few ways that we can attack this, and there's many of them recorded in the kata, but this particular one, what it does is it says that if we lift this elbow up and pull the other bit down, we then get a lever. So we're after this bit here, there like so. I can then, like this, and then the reason the kata stands with your feet together is because what it's saying is that you're staying close to them. This isn't going to work out here, it's only going to work if I get in close. And if he tries to move away, I stay close. Yeah. Again, it works particularly well in an area where you've not got much room, shut doorway or something like that. And we've got something that we can sort of press home, press it into it, and press this particular attack home. So we look at it this way, I manage to turn this like so. This elbow is vulnerable, in this way, so you get this from there, you get this up and here. Obviously the kata doesn't follow them around, it's not, again it's not mimicking combat, okay, it's just purely recording the technique. Alright. Next move in the kata, we get this here, okay? So very, very simple. Again, if we imagine that this wrist has been grabbed, or maybe it's grabbed a little bit further up, coming here, I'm grasping hold, and I'm attacking here. Yeah? In, and I'm attacking like so. These kidneys there. Okay, we then go on to remove here. If you imagine if I grab my wrist grab. Now what he's doing here is he's twisting my arm, he's going to put my arm up my back. If you can think here, so, okay? Which again is quite a common attack. So what I'm going to do is, as he does that, I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to come round here and strike him. Yeah? Again, so he puts my arm up my back here. Again, if you just twist, if you grab it with both hands, that'd be better. If you twist my arm that way, yeah, okay. Right, so from there, coming around here, like so, okay, I'm striking here. Yeah, so I'm actually going with the technique rather than trying to resist it. Yeah, rather than trying to resist this here, okay. Striking. Okay, and then to finish, again we see this stepping punch. Alright, so if you can imagine a situation where where Rick has a wall behind him, I managed to get my opponent, and he's got a wall or a parked car behind him. I'm going to use that for this particular technique. Okay, it works quite well. I'm grasping hold of this his guard here like so, and what I'm looking for is coming over the top, because I want to get his arm that way up. Alright, but obviously I'm not going to be able to just do that, so comes in with a strike here, and again I'm going to be driving him into the wall like so. From there, I'm going to in close again with my heels together. I'm coming under. This is pulling to this hip here, just like in the kata. Okay, and from there, keep your knees bent, and then from there, straighten up. Yeah, you okay there? Yeah. All right, now I've got him up on his toes. I'm going to take him forward, slowly, strike. You all right with that? Okay, just see that again. I'm seizing hold of the wrist here, striking in here, there, in, up, applying, make sure you're north of the elbow, yeah, not underneath it, here, there, coming forward, like so, and as he falls forward, I'm striking here, this way, okay? And what I'm after, you all right there? What I'm after is this eyebrow ridge here. So, but any part of the head will do, really. But ideally, that is where we would like to hit. Yeah. Okay, you'll see a sequence of these rather odd-looking moves, and again, they're often described as what the fact that we're stepping forward doing them suggests that we think we work well as blocks. Again, if we imagine a situation where you go the eye, seized hold of his arm here. Again, I'm going to use this, something similar to what we did before. Here, this time, take it through here, striking. See it on the other side, the other way. Here, there, and striking. So you get this kind of thing here. So there, and right here, there, and strike. So, get to the end of the kata. If you imagine, we quite often imagine in self-defense that the person's always going to be in front of us. Quite often, they're behind us. Okay. If you imagine that if Rick comes round and grabs us like so, okay, he's probably possibly got friends with him. Okay. In a situation we need to get out. Okay. And from there, what we do is take this through like so, which releases this elbow, in here. Okay, so again, his grasp is like so. I'm going to take this. I'll probably use weakness here. Again, they're not recording the kata. The kata isn't there to teach you how to fight. Okay, which means that you already know how to fight. Okay, we've got these weaknesses where you can get yourself a little bit of space and take this leg through like so, which then releases this elbow. I strike in here and I swing this arm. Okay, you just sit again here, so stretching through, in here, and this swings around the same time. Here, there, nice tight grip. Okay, there we go. Good. Yeah.